Have you ever stopped to think about how something as simple as a pencil is made? It's one of the most common objects in the world, used in schools, offices, construction sites, and art studios. But behind this small wooden stick lies a surprisingly fascinating industrial process. From raw wood to perfectly sharpened tip, today we're taking you inside the factory to see exactly how pencils are made. And trust me, the process is more satisfying than you think. Every pencil begins its life as a tree. Most manufacturers use softwoods like cedar because it's lightweight, easy to sharpen, and resistant to splintering. Massive logs are transported to sawmills where they are cut into smaller wooden blocks. These blocks are then sliced into thin wooden slats, each one carefully measured to ensure consistency. But wood alone doesn't make a pencil. Inside every pencil is something many people wrongly call lead. In reality, it's graphite, a soft form of carbon that leaves marks on paper. And this is where things get interesting. Graphite is mixed with clay and water to create a smooth paste. The ratio of graphite to clay determines how dark or light the pencil will write. More graphite makes softer, darker pencils. More clay creates harder, lighter ones. This mixture is then pushed through a machine that shapes it into long, thin rods, almost like spaghetti. These rods are cut to size and placed into a kiln, where they are baked at high temperatures to harden. Once cooled, they are coated with wax or oil to make writing smoother. Now the heart of the pencil is ready. Meanwhile, the wooden slats move through another machine. Precise grooves are carved into each slat, small channels where the graphite core will sit. Every groove must be perfectly aligned. Even a slight mistake could ruin the entire pencil. Once carved, glue is carefully applied inside the grooves. Then, the graphite rods are placed into position. Another wooden slat is placed on top, creating what looks like a wooden sandwich. This layered block is pressed tightly together and left to dry. At this stage, it doesn't even look like a pencil yet, but that's about to change. Meanwhile, the wooden slats move through another machine. Precise grooves are carved into each slat, small channels where the graphite core will sit. Every groove must be perfectly aligned. Even a slight mistake could ruin the entire pencil. Another wooden slat is placed on top, creating what looks like a wooden sandwich. This layered block is pressed tightly together and left to dry. At this stage, it doesn't even look like a pencil yet, but that's about to change. The solid wooden block now enters a shaping machine. Sharp, rotating blades slice it into individual pencils. At this moment, the familiar hexagonal or round shape appears. This shape isn't random. Hexagonal pencils are easier to grip and prevent rolling off desks. The pencils are then sanded smooth to remove rough edges. For the first time, you can clearly see the graphite core running straight down the center. Precision is everything here. If the graphite is even slightly off-center, the pencil could break easily during sharpening. Next comes the transformation. Raw wooden pencils move along a conveyor belt where they are painted, sometimes multiple times. Bright yellow is the most iconic color, but pencils come in nearly every shade imaginable. Each coat of paint is dried before the next is applied. After painting, the brand name and hardness grade are stamped onto the pencil using heated foil. This is where it officially becomes a finished product. But we're not done yet. For pencils with erasers, a small metal band called a ferrule is attached to one end. Inside the ferrule sits the rubber eraser. A machine clamps the metal tightly around the wood, securing everything in place. The eraser is tested to ensure it removes graphite cleanly without tearing the paper. Simple, yet incredibly precise. Before packaging, every batch goes through inspection. Pencils are checked for cracks, paint defects, and alignment. Some are sharpened and tested to ensure smooth writing. because even something this simple must meet strict quality standards. Only the best make it through. Finally, the pencils are sorted, counted, and packaged into boxes. From here, they are shipped around the world. Millions are produced every single day, all from wood, graphite, and precision engineering. So the next time you pick up a pencil, remember the journey it took from a tree in the forest to a high-speed production line to your hand. Simple on the outside, remarkable on the inside. And now, you'll never look at a pencil the same way again.